Cameron, we were just talking about your career. And I asked Samter, where did Cameron start? And he said the Giants in '05. I'm like,
now
wow.
tell them what you really said.
And I said, I don't even remember him. He was on the Giants
He
in
was
05.
dissing you, Cameron. He's like, this guy didn't even make an impact. I didn't remember him on the field. He was terrible.
He did, well,
Yeah, because I never got on the field. I got cut before training camp even started.
So you got cut before training camp. But I mean, your career is unreal. You spent 2 years in the Canadian Football League. You were Defensive Player of the Year twice there in those 2 years. Obviously, you made your debut in '09, but you were 27 years old. But since then, you've been nothing on a tear. I mean, your journey has been pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was at the time. Obviously, it wasn't no laughing matter, But I'm glad we can laugh about it now, Like you said, I came in '05. I never even actually put on pads when I was up in the Giants. They never gave me an opportunity, and I actually did. Like I said, went to the CFL and got an opportunity to play, and they, had me put my hand in the dirt, and that's kind of where things took a turn for the better. Getting after the quarterback, and I had a tremendous time playing in the CFL. I loved every minute of it, and still to this day, still have connections up there. And the Dolphins gave me an opportunity to play down here in South Florida, and I've been here ever since, and just doing my best to stay on the field and help the team win every chance I get every Sunday.
There's a lot of stories, Cameron, of guys who have an extraneous route to the league and, a hidden gem that kind of gets overlooked. But most of those guys are from small schools. You played in the Big Ten. You played at Penn State when Penn State was, they're good this year. Congrats, by the way. But you guys were really good back. Like, how did nobody know who the heck Cameron Wake was? I don't get it.
I racked my brain for probably a year and a half over that exact question, and I'd love to, sit all the scouts down back then and find out, hey, what
smack them around.
Was it that you didn't see? But it happened. I don't have an answer. I feel like it's interesting that same guy went to the CFL, and then years later, all of these teams are trying to grab you, and it's like I'm the same guy you guys didn't want. Nobody wanted to pick up the phone for, 18 months ago, and now here I am. Being flown all over, treated like a prized possession, prized free agent. And, I just took the good with the bad and say, you know what, I'm going to do the most I can with this opportunity. And, obviously pick the Dolphins, and, I've enjoyed every minute of it and never had any regrets. So, the path has made me who I am. It's hardened me up. It's made me stronger. It's made me, have that fire every day, every time I step on the field, and I enjoy it. So, I actually wouldn't change a thing. And, there's so many guys going back and looking at all those big names back in '05 when I came out, and, they're at home, and here I am playing. So, things always come around when you, put in the hard work.
Really respect that, man, because nothing's been handed to you. You went out and you snatched it. And we're talking to Cameron Wake of the Dolphins, who have 7 wins. And let's talk about your team a little bit, Teak. What do you got there?
Yeah, let's not forget also, he's from DeMatha in Maryland. Now, I'm a Virginia guy. I went to UVA, so DeMatha was one of those powerhouses where all the good players came from. So DeMatha, Penn State, and now with the Dolphins. And your Dolphins, man, the change has been obvious and pretty amazing and remarkable. And I read some things about Adam Gase and how he has been motivating you guys, telling you to stick with the path, telling you you're close. What difference has he made over all the other guys that you've seen come through there? Because it's pretty spectacular.
Well, I think, start off with, he has a passion for the game, and that passion comes through, every day comes to work, and every time he steps on the field. Obviously, I've spent a lot of time with him way back from, when he first signed here. And, I think he has the mentality that, this is football. It's a lot of times in this league, sometimes you get that, politically correct, and you got to tiptoe around certain things. And he's like, look, this isn't going to be like other jobs, and this is not, for everybody, and I'm a guy who's going to make the tough decisions. I'm going to make the tough calls. That's what my job is. And, I might not be your best friend, and, some people might not like it, but, my main job is to get, a winning team on the field. And obviously he's made some changes. He's made some cuts. He's done a lot of things that, have kind of stirred the pot. But at the end of the day, we've been winning. And I think that, again, if that's at the top of the priority list, then all the other means to get to that point, are supported. So, I definitely enjoy every time we come out there, and he's a guy who, I can lean on, and he's been around and knows the game, and, I feel like he's a great guy for our job and a great guy for this team.
Cameron, one thing I really take a lot of pride in keeping it real, and I got to tell you, man, for a couple of years I was on the air, both radio and TV, touting the Dolphins as a team that was ascending, a team that I thought, here we go, they're ready to pop, and Tiki was kind of with me as well. And I jumped off the bandwagon. I said, that's it. Their window's shut. I lost faith in you, in your team. I'm not saying you necessarily, but I just didn't think you guys had it. And coming into the season, I thought, all right, you know what? I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They haven't earned it. And I'm watching that game against Seattle in week 1, and Stills dropped the, I think it was 74-yard touchdown bomb. You guys lose by a deuce. And I'm saying, man, is this a foreshadow of how competitive their season will be in a positive way, or is this just a reminder that they're not good enough to win? How did you process that opening week loss in Seattle? That was an interesting loss.
Well, I mean, you hit it right on the head. I mean, you can go back and look at that game and find 5 or 6 plays that would have completely changed the game. You know, you mentioned one with the drop touchdown. You lose by 2 points. I mean, that's obviously just one play, but there's so many more. And to have all the guys kind of go back and look at it and say, listen, if you want to win, you know, you have to make those plays. If you want to win, you're going to have to sacrifice and do what it takes to have those plays go in your favor, you know. And obviously, like I said, coming up to the last few weeks, even back, I think, after the Tennessee game, we've had some roster moves and, you know, guys getting called out. And I'm like, hey, you know, this isn't Girl Scouts. You know, this isn't, you know, maybe another job where everybody gets treated equally. You know, he says, listen, this is a fair but not equal type of job, and if you can't deal with it, you know, you can go work somewhere else. And that's what I like about it. You know, that's the way it has to be. Nobody cares, you know, about your feelings on Sunday once you get the job done. And when you have a guy at the front running the show that feels like that, I mean, again, that's going to have your team pointing in the right direction. So the past few weeks have been, you know, very, very enjoyable, you know, having, you know, everybody go out there and see, hey, listen, when you do it the right way, when you do make those plays, you know, your Sunday nights are going to be good ones. So we just got to keep going.
Well, I got to tell you, Cameron Wake with us here on Tiki and Tierney. If you could have kept the Niners out of the end zone once, I would have won some money on your game on Sunday. I was laying 7 points. I wound up pushing with you guys. Come on. Not that you care about that, nor should you, man. Cameron Wake of the Dolphins here on Tiki and Tierney.
Yeah, Cameron, I look at the statistics, and sometimes they lie to you. I always say it's lies, damn lies, and then statistics. You guys aren't ranked high offensively. You're not ranked high defensively, but you're winning. And we talk a lot about Adam Gase, but who are the players? I mean, you're one of them. Obviously, you're one of the old heads, so you know what it takes. But who are the other guys that are making that play in the moment? We saw Ndamukong Suh chase down Colin Kaepernick on that last play last weekend and that's the hustle play that wins football games. Who else is doing that for your team? Because that's the only way you win when the stats tell you shouldn't.
Well, I mean, I think if you look at the past few weeks especially, and I think as a guy who, you know, of course, you know, you being the head of the show, you're going to get all the trash talk. You're going to get all the critiques. You're going to get a lot of comments about you. And that's number 17. That's our quarterback. You know, I mean, he's been playing, you know, at a tremendously high level. You know, he's been a guy who, again, obviously since I've been here, has had a lot of people talk about him in a lot of different ways. But you know, I've been a guy who's always supported him and believed in his arm and believed in the ability that he has. And literally, I've watched every single snap he's ever taken in the NFL, obviously, because I've been on the team. And I've been a guy chasing him around every, you know, Monday, Tuesday through game day, trying to make sure his weekdays are tough so that his weekends are easier. But you know, he's been playing lights out football, and you know, even down this last couple games, he's been the guy who's been making those plays that even get us an opportunity. Like you said, you talk about that last play that, you know, Suh made, and some of the guys stopped the Kaepernick.
Yeah, Kiko Alonso. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. If you know, Tannehill on offense hadn't gone down and put us in that position, it wouldn't even be a issue. So, you know, I think he's one of the guys who doesn't get enough credit, you know, to make sure that he's a part of this winning streak that we got going on.
I know that Kiko Alonso spoke to this. Did you actually feel in the stadium the comments that Kaepernick made about Fidel Castro? Did that seep into the stands? Was there an energy that was detectable to you with all the Cuban Americans down there?
Well, I mean, I like to think that every time a opposing team or player comes in, they're going to get, you know, some, what's the best way to say it, some passionate encouragement from our home crowd, you know, being that they're on the opposite team. But, again, obviously having a very large Latin population down here, and, you know, anybody who comes out and says something that's going to, you know, be in opposition to that, it's probably going to make it even a little more hostile. So,
and rightfully so. Kiko Alonso said flat out, "I want to hit him harder." He didn't shy away from it. Alonso said, "I wanted to take him out, not necessarily in a dirty manner, but I wanted to pound him."
Yeah, well, I feel like that every time I see a quarterback.
Good.
But
Yeah.
no, I mean, again, it's like I said, this obviously Miami. I've been down here. This is 9 years now, and I have a large Latin population, and to say anything that's going to go, in opposition to that is probably not something that's going to be received well. And of course, you need to take the field. You heard the boos, and
Yep.
of course that keeps us going too. We love it when it's the home team is on our side and they're helping us get our job done. So I mean that's another part of the game that again that's on him and something he has to figure out and deal with. But I'm all for the home team, the Miami Dolphins, the Latin community, everybody involved. You got a Dolphin on, and I'm all with you.
Yeah, and fan support's, decreased a little bit over the years because the wins haven't been there. But obviously, even aside from the Kaepernick stuff, the fans are engaged. They're having fun. Why not? You got a good team. Cameron Wake of the Dolphins with us here on Tiki and Tierney.
Cameron, you know the cliche: you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you play good, you play good, you get paid good, but you also got to smell good. Defending against sweat and odor. Tell us what you have going on with Old Spice.
Well, I mean, obviously I've known about Old Spice for quite a while. Of course, everybody knows about the commercials. Yep. They are truly iconic, and especially you guys know, going from the field back into the meeting rooms, back to the weight room, back into the the team room, or going out and trying to spend some time with your lady. You definitely can't go out there smelling like the locker room. That place can be abrasive on the nostrils. So, working with Old Spice and being able to be a partner with them, and even using their products before I even had a partnership. They were something that I feel like was a very easy fit. The Hardest Working collection is a new collection they got out. I don't know if you guys have smelled the Pure Sport Plus, but it definitely smells amazing. And anybody who hopefully not having any trouble with the ladies, but that's definitely going to help put you in the right place when you leave the field, because
Nice.
it smells amazing, works great. And for guys like us come out of that locker room, it definitely is a help.
Yeah, man, I'm an Old Spice guy. But I had a question because I know a lot. I know locker rooms like locker rooms. They are hideous sometimes.
Not as bad as a hockey locker room,
That's a good
but
point
close.
because of the pads. Do you walk around with the body spray? The body you're supposed to spray it on your body. You walk around with the body spray and just spray it.
I spray it in my car sometimes.
Just spray it everywhere.
I spray it in my car.
In my glove compartment in my car.
Yeah, he knows.
And that's like the little, just before, it's not too much, just a little application when you're going out, or
just a little squirt.
An event or whatever, and it keeps you. You don't want to be that old smelly football player that everybody kind of thinks of. You want to make sure you take care of yourself, and Old Spice is definitely the top of my list. They make sure they take care of me. So
you basically don't want to be an offensive lineman, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, that might be. We have an area where they definitely let it fly.
Where they graze.
Why is all offensive linemen are like that? Seriously, everywhere.
They don't care how they look. They
but,
don't care. Hey, by the way, you boys going to beat Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship before you go? Give us a thought on Penn State. What a season.
Of course.
Come on.
There's no way to do it. I was just talking some trash to one of these OSU guys, Ohio State guys over here, still trying to, talk a little smack. But, I mean, those guys have definitely deserved the spot. They've earned it. They've been playing lights out. And, my hat's off to all of those guys. You got the Nittany Lion pride here. We got a couple guys on the team, and we got our gear on, talking trash to a lot of these other guys in here. So I definitely have a lot of fun with that too.